I don't know if you can see it, but there's bees. Like, I believe there's this is maybe a swarm moving in. I don't know. There's bees all over, flying all around my car. I haven't figured out what they're doing yet. I'm wondering if they're going to that blue box though. The one that's stacked on top of them other nuke boxes. It's hard for me to tell right now. And with the sun the way it is, I don't know if you can even see this. There's bees everywhere. I'm wondering if a swarm's moving in. I'm gonna set up my tripod. Y'all are fixing to watch a swarm move in. If this is a swarm, and I mean it looks like a swarm to me, we're talking about number 8 in this yard, landing in this yard. Wow. Guys, I've already got the queen, one of them anyway. She was on the car, and I've got her. Check that out. She's in there. You see her big tail? She's right there at the top. She's trying to get out. Just because she landed there, that's what the bees do. They're like, where's she at? Well, she's in that queen clip right there. Okay, I have got what appears to be a swarm moving into this box, because the other swarm that moved in that box left. So I've got bees on the trash can too. So I'm not sure if it's all the same swarm or not, but I'm gonna come around here and see if we can get a good look. Now, this is what we got going on here. This is a pretty nice size swarm. I think I'm gonna put this box that I just fixed up a while ago on the trash can and see if they'll take to it. So here we go. I believe they have swarmed out of this box. Okay. So I think this box swarmed, because there was bees in here earlier today. They were doing just fine, I thought. But evidently it's that time of year, I reckon. I wasn't thinking that they would swarm this much this time of year. Let's see if we can get these girls to go in here. But they're moving on in. Look at them. Is it me or is the swarm getting bigger? I don't know what's going on. All I know is my trash can has become a swarm magnet. Almost like a scion or something. Hey guys, John with Buzzing Bee Apiaries here, and I'm not sure if they are moving in or moving out, but they moved in last night around 8 o'clock. First time I've ever seen a swarm move in that late in the afternoon, evening. I think they may be departing. I'm looking to see if I see a queen somewhere in that bunch. I see a bunch right here. I bet you the queen is in that cluster. I'm just gonna continue to monitor them, and I already got so many bees I don't know what to do with them all. So if they leave, they leave. But I mean, I've got comb in that box right there. They could make themselves at home if they wanted to. And you know, what do I know? It's August the 27th. I've never seen so many late swarms in my life, but this is number 12 in my own backyard here. Hey guys, I'm here at the 2 hives down here at my uncle's property, and this is behind where my grandma used to live when she was alive, back in the day, probably 20 years ago when she was alive. Anyway, a funny little thing I just noticed. It looks like they tried to cut the grass right in here, but there's a line about 100-foot radius around these hives, and I'm wondering if the bees don't come after them when they're trying to mow. I hadn't talked to anybody about it, but I'd kind of think it's funny myself, because you know, who needs to cut everything down to the ground? I mean, you got to give the bees something to forage. But anyway, we're going to give these bees a shim on each box and a pollen patty, and I'm giving them a beef. I don't know if you can see it way down there. I'm gonna try to zoom in, but that's where I keep the bucket feeder. So they go over there, and don't worry, they find it, because every time I come back down here, it's empty. And I realize I'm feeding my bees and everybody else's bees with the bucket feeder, but I'd rather feed them with the bucket feeder because of the way these lids are. I would have to use extra equipment to put a bucket feeder on them. I mean, to put a pail on each hive. Yeah, I'm using Hive Alive pollen patty this go around. I'm just going to try it and see if it has any effect on how well the bees are able to live. Uh-oh. I think this lid is fixing to get it's fixing to break on me. Feels like it's crunching a little bit. Again, I don't know if y'all remember the last time I was here. Look how much propolis they put on this thing. Next time I come, I got to bring them an inner cover. There's it's a lot of propolis. As a matter of fact, let me get. Yep, they got to have a replacement lid soon. Gotta remember to get them a new lid. We'll repair this one. The guy that I bought these 2 hives from called me the other day and offered me a bunch of boxes, and I couldn't refuse. I had to go get them. They have propolized the apivar strips, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove them. They've been in there long enough. Plus, the reason I'm adding these shims are twofold. One is to feed them pollen. The other is to give them a Formic Pro. We're going to give them a Formic Pro treatment later on. I'm going to have to wait for it to cool down a little bit. Come on. Come on. There we go. Nicely drone brood and honey. With a colony like this, I'm wondering if they've gone queenless or not. This is a high. They've got food, that's for sure. I'm gonna take this burr comb away from them. Matter, I guess. I guess this one brood chamber is going to tell me everything I need to know, I guess. 2 stings in the glove. Glad I've got gloves on. A full frame of brood. So I know I've got brood, so I know I've got a queen. But they are runny and mad, and they are not the kind of bees I'm going to be breeding from, that's for sure. they're still too light for me to be happy about it. I mean, this is heavy, but I can move this hive around too easily. It just slides around on it. I don't understand why it's sliding so much. In the summertime, feeding pollen patties is kind of tricky. You don't want the hive beetles to get in there and start eating on it and laying eggs up in it. So one trick that I do is I peel off one side. I saw Cayman Reynolds do it, and it seems to be effective for him. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Peel that off. Yeah. I don't know why y'all want to be running all over the place. There. All right, we'll close them up. Smoke them till their eyes are burning. What they get. Oh, they've drawn out some of this comb. Let me take a look. Oh, they got honey in here. And they're just drawing out that second one. They got nectar in it. And here's an empty frame. They got a couple of empty frames. Take away their apivar. Alright, we're going to see mostly honey on this one, I think. And drone brood. Honey and drone brood. And if they got the same thing going on that other hive got, I think next spring I'm going to take these mediums off. This is a shallow, but the other one's a medium. I just have a better time when it's just a single, and you know, I can add to it later if I need to. There we go. Now for the shim. Alright, that's it for this hive. Alright guys, on to the next colony.